on, everybody? 1212. Welcome to Ed Travels. Welcome to my Funky Friday live stream. As you can see, I'm in a brand new little studio setup, messing around with my new streaming little setup. That's what's sitting at the house, being bored, trying to heal a little bit. So I'm trying to make the stream better viewing experience for everybody. Anybody that's in the comments right now, please hit those likes. Let's get those likes up and put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I want to make sure that my audio is good, so I don't want to sit here all night talking and just everything is just not, everything is going well. I want to make sure that all that is straight, so please put a 1 in the comments. Let everybody know that you're here. Oh, thanks a lot, Mark Anthony. Thanks a lot, bro. Really. Okay, now I'm starting to see the comments. There's a little bit of a lag. Like I said, I'm starting to play around. I switched from another Rice Patty, Kevin, Mark. Hey, it's wonderful to have you guys here. I got a whole bunch of new toys. Thank you guys for being here, man. Thank you so much. Everybody in the building, thank you, man. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, bruh, salute to my man Kev out there burning up those roads, but doing it carefully, doing that. Hey, thanks a lot, Rice Patty. So do I. I got like the exact same background, except it's without the little yellow lines in it, but it has all the different cities around the world, and it has all these like Tokyo, London, LA, New York, and all that. But what I found was I love the backdrop, but what happens, yeah, this is what I was ordering, man. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to show you like the Stream Deck. I have a Stream Deck here that cuts out me having to do all the sound effects, changing videos, screens without me having to do it through the software. It's already programmed, and all of these toys and cameras and all of that, so I can have multiple cameras if I want. But this is what I figured out. Was that all of that doesn't really matter. All of that doesn't really matter, right? All of that really doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because it's not all the fluff. It's not all the, if I'm trying to do a better live stream because I want better content. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot, Kevin. You gotta, sometimes you gotta go around and find these. You gotta go around and find these sites where you can get royalty-free music, right? You got to get royalty-free music because the YouTube posse be out there with these copyright strikes. Me and you was talking about that the other day. They get with you in these copyright strikes. But enough of that. I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm glad you guys are here to join me. If you can see it, hear it, feel it, I'm feeling so much better, man. Like I said, I lost almost 35, close to 40 pounds LBs while I was in the hospital. Stepped on the scale today, gained 4.5 back so far. So eating good, feeling well, taking it slow. And on that note, my sister Lillian gave me this gift when I was in the hospital. She gave me a little turtle. It's a little plush toy. It's a turtle. With the green screen, you might not, I'll put it over here where y'all can see it. It's a little turtle. And I named him Kevin. I named him Kevin. I named him Teddy the Turtle. So this is Teddy the Turtle. And he reminds me to take my time. It's a visual cue for me to take it slow. It's a visual cue that I don't have to rush. So Teddy's right here with me, watching me do the live stream. So again, I want to send a shout out to all my airborne brothers, keeping your feet and knees together, airborne all the way. To all my truckers that are out there on the roads. Y'all keep it safe. Y'all keep it going. Y'all keep it flowing. To all the family. To the people that come watch the live streams. I really want this to be about the content. I want this to be about content. I want to be good, solid content that I feel is relevant. Shout out to my man Rice Patty. Again, in the comments, Rice Patty, put your site on there. I want to give a big shout out to Rice Patty. Everybody go check out his site, and I want to say
thank you.
I want to say thank you to everybody that's here, everybody that's joining. I definitely want to send a shout out to my man Jarius down in Cali, Colombia. It was great talking to you today. Talk about them mangoes, that wonderful street that you were on. I hope you saw that video that I sent you about those thoroughbreds that were down there. Let me add this to the broadcast. Rice Patty. Everybody check that out. Rice Patty. I want you to go to that website, go to his YouTube channel, like, click, subscribe, check out his videos. We're working on some big things. And I'm going to get that information to you, Rice Patty. The thing that happened, brother, is when I was doing my live streams in Cambodia, I have an iMac, which has a newer camera than on my MacBook Pro, better camera. So all of my streaming stuff, all of those files concerning what we talked about is on the iMac. And it's not on the portable drive that I brought with me. I'll look through it tonight because I have a portable 2 terabit drive. So I might have backed it up on there. But if not, start from scratch. I got nothing else to do. But I really appreciate you. Big shout out to my man Rice Patty. Make sure you go check out, his page. This ain't a competition. It's about cooperation. It's about helping build our community as Passport Bros and, Passport Bros. And let me correct this little zoom here. I'm still learning this, but I want everything in the shot. I got my Cash App there. If you feel like helping out, Super Chats are always welcome. I don't come on here and beg for money. I just put it out there because that's how it is. All these little toys weren't free, but it ain't no big thing. Like Kevin said, I needed something to do. So now it's all coming to fruition. I'm able to put together this little mini studio, and I think it looks nice. This is the first time. Hey, Mark Anthony, let's give a shout out. Mark Anthony, my man is here. I truly appreciate you, bruh. It's good to see you. And on that note, I really did want to talk about Passport Bros today. Let me make this a little bigger. I did want to talk about Passport Bros today. It's not that I got backlash, and I don't care, to be quite honest with you. When we talked about the community and the sisterhood and all of that kind of stuff, there's always going to be some feedback, kickback, whatever, and I don't care because I want you to tell me where the lie was. I want you to tell me where I lied about what I was talking about. But that leads me to my number one point. I'm tired of discussing the community at this point. Kind of tired of talking about them. That there's way too much information. Hey, what's going on? It's the Weekend Man. Big shout out to Weekend Man. My hey dude, it's good to see you. I love your your posts and everything, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
for joining us today. It's the weekend, man. And it is the weekend, bro. It's Friday. Folks are hitting them streets. I'm right here with y'all. I love y'all. I'm right here with y'all. I'm not out there in the streets, not like I could anyway. I'm still healing, and I'm still not going to hit them because I love what I do. This is Ed with Ed Travels, and I just want to let you guys know. I truly want to let you guys know how much I love and I appreciate you. And I
thank you
so much for your continued love and support. And today, I want to take my time, let more people come in. But today, and I'm going to repeat this in a few minutes, I want to discuss passport bros are international men. Passport bros are international men. You can drop us out of an airplane. We can land in that country and we can make it happen. Because every man is not cut from that cloth. Every man is not cut from that cloth. You know, we're international men. We're different. We're cut a different way. All right? And it's important that we remember that. Because you got, and all props to Obsidian. Brothers doing it big. You know, definitely everybody probably knows who Obsidian Ali is. Original man in the building. Mark Anthony, that profile pic was at LAX April 1st. The day I left for Cebu. Heading down to Cebu, Philippines. I hung around Cebu. Matter of fact, Mark Anthony, to let you know, in 2020, was it 2021? It all runs together. During the pandemic, I was stranded in Lapu-Lapu. Right? Shout out to Lapu-Lapu. I was stranded in Lapu-Lapu, and for 4 months before I could fly back to Cambodia, and I flew out of Mactan International Airport. Shout out to Mactan. Shout out to the people in the Philippines. I flew out of that airport to go back to Cambodia. So Salamat po. Thank you so much for checking in with me. Salamat. I know you down there hitting that Jollibee, that lechon. Hello, Edward. Hello, Edward. We miss you from the Philippines. We miss you. We miss you so much. I know you're in Cebu. Cebu City, probably. But I know Lapu-Lapu's right there. Cebu City, you know. Cebu City, you go across the bridge into Cebu. You go into Lapu-Lapu. The Tri-Cities. I forget what the other one is. But yeah, to the Philippines. To Original Man. Thank you so much for joining us. Peace to you, my brother, for having you on today. Make sure that y'all hit those likes. I got 6, how many I got? I got 6 people in here. So let's get those likes up. And thank you so much, man. Thank you guys so much. 18 people watching. That is amazing. So far, I am so grateful. Thank you. For everybody coming on. But yeah, Mark Anthony, I know not Lapu-Lapu, but that's where my people were. But I used to go over to the mall in Cebu. And I went to that big market, the huge market. And then when I caught the ferry, I caught the ferry over to, I caught the ferry over to Bohol. From Pier 2, I believe it is, in Cebu City. That's where I caught the ferry over there. 250 pesos or 240 pesos or something like that. Yeah, Alaya Mall, really nice mall. Yeah, that's a really nice mall. And also, you know, I caught the ferry to go to Bohol, to Alona Beach. So you just go down to Pier 2, I believe, 240, 250 pesos. Carbon Market. Hey, man, you bringing them back. Carbon Market. They got a lady in Carbon Market. When you walk from that church, you walk down the road, you walk straight down. Carbon Market is on your left. You go around and you go around back. She has the best lechon that I had in since when I was in the Philippines. She got like 2 whole pigs out there early in the morning. So you go when they open, and she sells it by the kilo. Bruh, Carbon Market. Shout out to Carbon Market in the Philippines. That's what I was saying. You guys are proving my point. We're international. I used to say I was international before I was international. But truly now, I'm international. I'm about to go on my 3rd passport book. I got the stamps to prove it. You know, a lot of you brothers, I'm so proud of y'all. Shout out to all my passport brothers, my blue book gentlemen. You know, basically what it is, bruh, it's not really a battle, but it is. You've got 2 types of men. You got the brother for the world, and you got the brother for the block. You got the brother for the world, the global citizen, and you got the brother for the hood. No shade, no hate. It's not easy in them streets. And you got a lot of brothers that have transitioned from the block, the hood, to becoming global citizens. And congratulations to them. And some brothers ain't gonna never leave there. See, because that's why the haters speak on it. That's why the haters speak on it. See, the world needs simps. The Matrix needs simps. I want y'all to listen to me. Whenever y'all hear that, I'm making a very important point. The Matrix needs simps. We need simps. The Matrix needs simps. Simps keep the Matrix moving. Simps reinforce the negative behavior that these lovely ladies, they give them that reinforcement. My queen, my goddess, all of that BS. Because all of them ain't queens and goddesses. A lot of them are, but a lot of them ain't. But that's what the simp is there for. See, the simp has allowed the matriarchy, allowed the haters, and most importantly, allowed fear to keep them where they're at. There might be some extenuating circumstances where they can't get a passport and they can't travel, and that's fine too. This is not a hate on brothers that don't travel type deal. I'm just calling it like it is. So there's a reason why. But an integral part of the Matrix is those son husbands, those simps, those queen, mother, goddess, simp, chimp brothers to my man, Uncle D, Dennis Sperling. Make sure you check out his channel. The Matrix needs them to stay alive. See, because the sister ain't going to give him none, but he going to pay that rent. He going to help out with that cash app. He's going to do all the things that a real man is not going to deal with. So shout out to the simp. Thank you. Shout out to the simps. Either true simps can't leave the block, Mark Anthony, or true simps are too afraid to leave the block. One or the other. But that's why they're there. So there is a spot for them. But see, the haters are going to always speak on it. And let me see how long we've been into this live. I want to see what the counter is. Anybody, what's the counter? What's the counter? Okay. 220, 2220. Okay. I think it's a good time to shoot off this video that I thought was absolutely hilarious. So let's check it out, y'all. Fair use, fair use.
Look, when you say that you're a passport bro, I'm just keeping it real. When you say that, you are publicly admitting that you don't have the personality, social skills, or the confidence to get a lady in your country.
A few moments later.
Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that hilarious?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my God. You don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes to get a man in your country.
Look, when you say that you're a passport bro, I'm just keeping it real. When you say that,
Keep it real.
You are publicly admitting that you don't have the personality, social skills, or the confidence to get a lady in your country.
A few moments later.
And they keep taking the L's. They keep taking the L's. Do you see the blatant hypocrisy of that one video? Do you see the blatant hypocrisy? He's sitting right next to her. And they're the first ones to talk about why you talking to these foreign women. Did you see who was sitting right next to her? You're absolutely correct. Mark Anthony. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Shout out to the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. May you rest in peace. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. The absolute need to be right. Because they have nothing else. And what did I say the other night? If you remember what I said in the live stream, ain't no more shame in America. You can't tell me that these people are behaving the way that they do if they got the fear of being ashamed. There is no shame. And to touch on that, you can't shame me if you don't mean nothing to me. My mother, hey mom, can shame me. My sister, hey sis, love you, can shame me. Sim, so Tabai, so Day, Sim can shame me. CJ, my girl, can shame me. My daughter, Janai, much love to you, baby. James, Jonathan, even Jordan. My children, they can shame me. Because I care about them and I care what they think about me. But some little hyena off the street can't shame me when you being as hypocritical as you guys are. You're being hypocritical. How you going to shame me? What is it that you can say to me or about me that's going to make me feel ashamed of anything? Kick rocks. You can't shame me. But when I saw that video, it was perfect for my stream tonight. Again, let's hit up those likes. We got 22. Yeah, let's hit up those likes. Let's hit up those likes. How you going to shame me? I'm not trying to shame nobody. If you feel ashamed based upon what I'm saying, then maybe you have the intestinal fortitude or the self-awareness to say, well, hold on. Maybe he's touching on something that's making me feel a bit uncomfortable. That happens to me quite often. I'm not immune. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe somebody's touching a nerve. Like they say, only the hit dog hollers. But I had to put that out there. I had to put that out there. She talking all that trash and going out on a date with another nationality. Not saying I got a problem with that either. I'm just saying the pot calling the kettle Asian. That is absolutely hilarious to me. It really, really is. That is hilarious to me. I can't. I just can't. I can't. I don't know what to say. You can't make this shit up, man. And I gotta watch that again. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta watch that again.
Look, when you say that you're a passport bro, I'm just keeping it real. When you say that, you are publicly admitting that you don't have the personality, social skills, or the confidence to get a lady in your country.
A few moments later.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. You can't. That just does my heart so good to see something like that. My man Rice Patty with the comment. They're yelling their insults at the dust we left in our wake. Amen. Catch flights, not feelings. We already gone. Amen. Shout out to Rice Patty. Boy, Kevin coming in here with one of them old sayings. Them all banny. That's like a pot of grease trying to tell a can of oil how to be slick. Boy, you know that sound old. Face blue. Man, they just, hey Kevin, man, the when I saw that, bro, I was blown away, man. I was absolutely blown away when I saw that. Errol in the building. Good evening, Errol. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Errol in the building. Errol, tonight we talking about Passport Bros are international. We tired of talking about the community. Hood brothers, opposed to international brothers, blue book gentlemen, passport bros. How the haters always speak on it. Because haters never hate on losers. Haters never hate on losers. They only hate on winners. Like I said, you're right, Mark Anthony. No shade to her date, but you can't make this stuff. The videos they make, the more they show their hand. Yeah, bruh. I mean, all you got to do is see it for what it is, Mark Anthony. No, there's no hate on that brother at all. He never did nothing to me. I'm not hating on him. But I tell you this. I don't think she's really digging him. Can I say it softer? I really don't think she's kicking it with him. I think he's just paying for the meal. It was her birthday. Did you notice that? So she went home with a full stomach. And he probably went home with full balls. We all know how that works. We've all been there. See, a lot of brothers right here are, I was talking to my boy today, talking to me about what it's like to be dating in the Matrix. Some of the stuff that brother, some of the stuff that he shared with me I was shocked. You're absolutely right. You know, he's a hired sucker, but he's also a willing sucker. He went with her with the hopes that something was going to happen. She already had her mind made up, wasn't nothing going down. But he went there with the hopes that something was going to go down. Yeah, and that's what simps are famous for doing. Like I said earlier, Mark Anthony, you need them. The Matrix needs them. The women need them. And see, and that's what all that vitriol is for. Y'all ain't no good. Y'all gonna go over there and get in trouble. Y'all gonna go over there and do this. Y'all gonna go over there and do that. Y'all gonna go over here and do this and do this and do that and do this. And they don't like y'all and this and that because they're trying to get to scare you to stay. They don't want you to take your resources out of this country, thereby taking the resources away from them. He went home with full balls. An original man, you're absolutely right, probably didn't even get a sniff at it. He didn't. He probably didn't. But you know what? That's on him. You're absolutely right. And I definitely want to give a shout out to my man, Original Man, for this comment. Their backup plans are leaving. Because for a lot of us, that's what we were. I'll admit it. I was a backup plan. Gave way too much. Spent way too much. Simp fantastic. I admit it. Until I wised up. Broke that lease, sold that car, sold that furniture, and bounced. And I haven't looked back since. I haven't looked back since. The peace of mind, the joy, the happiness that's been in my life, despite all the things that I'm going through and I've been through, I'd never change it. I'd never change it for the world. And to Sim, bong slang on. She'll know what that means. Akuntrano. Yeah, Mark Anthony, she got a doggy bag for the brother. Yeah, he's a simp. You're right. Omar and Boyce. Bro. Omar came with that BS about the problem with black women is black men. That we're the problem. We're the reason the way that they are.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Really, Omar?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Go somewhere with that, man. Go somewhere with that. You're right, Original Man. They can't shame us. I talked about that earlier. In order for you to shame me, you got to matter to me. Errol, thank you so much for that, bro.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm just sitting here trying to let these people know. Encourage my brothers. See, I really like to explain when I say explore your options. Okay? Because this is how it was explained to me. Okay? This is how it was explained to me. If I'm flying to Hawaii, see, money gives me options. If I'm flying to Thailand, let's say Thailand, we're talking about international. I can fly first class, premium economy, main cabin, or economy. Whatever I feel comfortable with, whatever my pockets can handle. Once I get to Thailand, let's say Bangkok, I can stay at the W, the Ritz-Carlton, one of the top hotels in the city, or I can stay at a hostel. Right? All about the money that I have, therefore the options that are available to me. Now, when you talk about dating in the Matrix, we're talking about options as well. The pool of men, the pool of women to choose from based upon what your needs, your standards, your expectations are. A lot of these ladies are freaking delusional.
Emotional damage.
They want everything in a man. What you say, Rice Patty? They want Einstein, Jesus. They want it all in one man. Pay all the bills, do all of this. I mean, their standards are here. But when a man of value, like I talked about the other night, says, don't be out here tricking. Don't be out here wearing all that stuff. Throwing it up, tossing it up, all of that. Because, I had to meet your standard in order to get with you, to have access to you, your mind, your body, your soul. I had to meet this very high standard. So in return, you should meet mine. A standard that's attainable, which is basically don't be a 304. Okay? Don't be throwing it up, giving my shit up to the streets. That's all I'm asking you to do. Then you're controlling. You're narcissistic. You're insecure. There you go. Einstein, Jesus, Tupac, DMX, Bill Gates all rolled up into one. That's what they want. But as soon as you ask them not to be a 304, as soon as you ask them not to be in them streets, all you hear is no, 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 you trying to control me, narcissistic, insecure, controlling. That's what I'm talking about. Alan in the building. Let's give a big shout out to Medellin or Sabaneta in Colombia. Man, I was just thinking about you today, bruh. Oh, man, I miss being down there with you, man. How is the... my man Alan, who was absolutely a godsend to me in the time that I spent down in Medellin. Brother made all the difference. A heart of gold, full of wisdom, full of knowledge, fun, happy to hang around with. Once a Marine, always a Marine, sniper, the whole deal. Such a wonderful guy. I love you to pieces, bro.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. Man, hey, man, this brother made my night, man. To have Alan down in Sabaneta, which is, a suburb, I would say, greater Medellin. All you got to do is catch the metro out there. Go down, check out my man Rob at Sweet Georgia. Shout out to Rob at Sweet Georgia Cafe. Down on Calle Nuevo, on right on the edge of El Poblado. Go down, check him out. Check out my man Alan. Alan, make sure that you hit me up on WhatsApp and send me your info for your businesses so I can pass them on so when brothers can come down there and get their hair straightened out. But I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. That is my man. Absolutely looked out for me. Send a shout out to El Cito. Osito, my man. Please, 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 everybody down in Medellin. I love Medellin. And on that note, that is my segue to go. If ain't nobody check him out, please check out DC Born Rob. I got this video right before I came on. So this, again, is fair use, fair use, fair use. But this is a very important travel advisory for the brothers that are going down to Medellin. So give me a minute to load this up.
There's a new modality of drugging tourists in Medellin, Colombia. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, the news.
Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. I'm DC Rob. This channel is dedicated to travel #1 anywhere, nationally, internationally, and also for expats who live in Medellin, Colombia that would like to see the news in English without having to translate it on their own, and for short-term visitors to Medellin, Colombia, or anywhere in Colombia that want to know what's going on in the news before, during, and after they return. Okay, this is going to be a short video. The story's only about 3.5 minutes. This is a story. It's a new modality on how tourists are being drugged in Colombia. Let's just jump into the story and I'll see you on the other side. Robberies with scopolamine are skyrocketing. The ombudsman denounces crimes against tourists and taxis in Medellin. The entity warned that foreign tourists passing through Parque Years and Provenza in El Poblado are the main victims of this type of theft. A few days after the start of the flower fair, the Medellin ombudsman issued an alert for the increase in robberies of foreign tourists by people who drive public service vehicles. The entity warned that the most critical situation is taking place in the comuna of El Poblado, mainly in the Parque Years and Provenza sectors, where multiple complaints of people claiming to be robbed after getting into a taxi are being registered. Carlos Say Galvez, leader of the Tourism Observatory of the Ombudsman of Medellin, explained that, although the situation is not new, since last year that entity has documented an increase in this type of crime, which materializes mainly in two modalities: deception to the work of charging for services and the use of toxic substances to perpetrate thefts. Faced with this last modality, which for the body is one of the most worrying, the tourists affected have denounced that after getting into the vehicles, they end up being intoxicated. They get into the taxi and they feel like some kind of strange situation where they don't feel safe, and from one moment to the next their body starts feeling numb or tingling. Many of the victims have recounted that they have chosen to jump from the vehicle, which is like their natural reaction to danger, Galvez narrated. Usually the one who is scopolamined is because they are being robbed and when the theft has actually occurred. Many times those robbed arrive at the transfer center for protection, almost always without clothes, without documents, and without credit cards, he warned. Secondly, regarding the exaggerated charges, the ombudsman also pointed out having multiple complaints about the drivers who demand large sums of money from tourists, taking advantage of their ignorance of the city. Due to one of the cases that have been registered, Galvez explained, occurred recently. For example, when a tourist came to the ombudsman reporting that a driver had charged him 100,000 pesos for a ride from the El Poblado sector to the municipality of Envigado. Following the start of the flower fair, the entity called on the police authorities to control this type of case and find drivers who are taking advantage of tourists. What worries us is that it is an issue that is on the rise. Every time we are hearing many more cases of possible scopolamination scenarios in public transport platforms, such as taxis. So the call for attention is for the responsible entities to ensure the safety of the tourists who are visiting us, especially at the flower fair, added the public servant. Fabian Quintero Valencia, president of Taxi Individual and its allied companies, pointed out that the taxi drivers union views these types of cases with concern, since they affect the reputation of companies and drivers who mostly provide the service guaranteeing the safety of users. As he pointed out, at least in the case of his company, they have not received complaints of this type of practice and the service has been provided normally. In the sector, we see that there is normal operation, that the services requested through the company's application are controlled, monitored, and we have not had any difficulties. If there is a particular situation that is presenting itself, we do not know it, but anyone that presents itself will be attended to, Quintero said. It is our desire that, if there are tourists, they take the best image, feel the good care, and I think that is what has been evidenced with the rating of the service we have with our passengers and hotels. We are always attentive to listen to any specific situation to address it, he added. Faced with this panorama, Quintero, for his part, called on tourists who are in the city to request their services through the official channels and applications of the companies, in which the services have full traceability and the safety of the visitors is guaranteed.
Hey, fellas, I just wanted to, I want to be able to spread information like that. it's important for everybody going to Medellin. Now, based upon that, and based upon the fact that my brother that I love so much, Alan, is on here, I think it's a perfect time to say this. Don't let what you hear online and people say about Colombia keep you from experiencing such a beautiful country. And I'm going to say that again. Don't let the negative things that you hear on because you're not going to hear it here. I posted that for one major reason, because it's information you need to know. And I want this not to be maybe entertaining, but at least informational that's going to keep you safe when you travel. Let me tell you, I spent almost 2.5 months in Medellin. A brother like Alan, this is what I suggest, and take this from me. This is from Ed at Ed Travels. Go down, fellowship, get with a brother that lives there, humble yourself and listen about the way to move and navigate in a place that they live in every day. I took Ubers. Once or twice I took a taxi, but it can be dicey. I'm not bashing the taxi people. Okay? I don't want them coming at me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I personally took Uber. It's a little complicated thing with whether Uber is legal in Colombia or not, but it's available. They're on the app. I said, look, I'm in El Poblado. I'm down here by this spot on the big corner. You know, that's Calle Diaz. I'm right here by this spot, by the KFC, by the Domino's, somewhere real public, real lit, the Banco Colombia up on the hill near Provenza. I'm on this corner. I had them. And then you know what I did? I checked the license plate to make sure that that Uber license plate on my app matched the license plate on the car. And the Uber got me wherever I needed to go. So you got to be careful with taxis. You got to be careful everywhere you go. And more importantly, El Poblado is the gringo area. It's fun where, yeah, InDriver. Thank you, J. Clyde. Thank you for joining, bruh. J. Clyde, InDriver is good as well. Alan hit me to that. Alan hit me to InDriver. Same sort of app, just like what you guys, just like Uber. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For pulling that up in Colombia. I had a wonderful time in Colombia. I can't wait to be back. You know, it can be a little overwhelming. You can get caught up. You know, I made my mistakes. But it's a great place to visit. I love the country. I love the people. I love the music. And if you like mangoes, and Alan knows what I'm talking about. If you like mangoes, and you like to go, hey, Alan, mi casa es su casa. You know what that means. I absolutely love it. Hey, and I just saw my man Ren come in the building. Salute to you, brother. Ren is back in the building. But yeah, I played that clip about Medellin because it's something that you need to know. Scopolamine is no joke. Matter of fact, I was on the Passport Bros Facebook page and the guy was asking about, you know, Colombia, and I said, hey, listen, if you're going to engage in pay for play, and we know what that is, it's actually cheaper to go to the Mosey Wozy. Don't take that particular person back to your place. I had 2 super nice Airbnbs that I rented. One in Laureles, and God, it's blowing my mind right now, Alan. You know where I was at, man. Buenos Aires. When I was in that area. I had 2 nice, really nice 1-bedroom Airbnbs, $18 a night. So if you're really balling, bruh, you ain't really got to be balling. Get one Airbnb for those activities and get one Airbnb where you keep all your valuables in. If you like to partake of the beverages, then partake of the beverages. If you get up and leave your beverage, it's done. It's done. It's finished. If she's alone, if she's left alone in that room with that beverage, toss it, bruh, and get you a new one. Trust me. Another thing. Can I bring my girlfriend with me? And we all know what that means. Now you not only have one person to watch, you got two people to watch. And these little scopolamine, the devil's breath, they're in little cliques. They're in little gangs. There's a dude in there somewhere. There's a taxi driver in there somewhere. So while you going to the ATM taking out your money, they're taking your camera, your iPhone. They're taking all of that kind of stuff. It's a group. And like Mark Anthony says, as a foreigner, you got to keep your head on swivel. They do see you coming, but for good advice, hook up with someone that's been in the country for a minute. Absolutely. Like in Medellin, bro, I saw groups of brothers, which made my heart feel good, landing at the airport in Medellin. I'm talking about more than 5 or 6 brothers together. They already know you there before you get there. They know what hotel you staying at. Are you being flashy? Are you walking around with money? Brand new iPhone out? I mean, they know. And remember this. When you land, you are already in the top 5% of income earners in that country. You're a target. But again, don't get that conflated with the fact that Colombia is a wonderful place to visit. 3-hour flight from Orlando, direct into MDE, into Medellin, Cali, Barranquilla, Cartagena. Even though my man was just in Cartagena and said Cartagena's off the chain. So really keep your head on the swivel in Cartagena. Santa Marta, the beautiful, beautiful island off the coast of Colombia, which is part of Colombia, San Andreas. Please check out San Andreas Island. I think my ticket was $64 or something, round trip from Medellin, about a 2-hour flight out to San Andreas. The Sea of 7 Colors is absolutely beautiful. And again, to my man, Alan, I truly love you. Hope your son is doing well. I know football season is coming up. Roll Tide. I'm so happy to have you on the program tonight, brother. And Ren, it's good to see you, brother. Salute to you, to all of you. Yes, bruh. Hey, Jay Clyde, it's Jay Clyde. I love San Andreas, and I took San to the beach with me. I brought a mango, and I don't regret it. My man Rob hooked me up with a local, man. I got the buggy. I went out to the, to the big pond. I hooked up with the Rastafarian guys, the Rastas that were out there. I rented a boat, hooked up with a cool brother named Jordan. It was a white boy, big brother, with his girlfriend from Peru. My girl that was with me, I think I spent $180. I rented a private boat for just us 4. Had our music, had our food, had our drinks, did the whole tour for the whole day in San Andreas. It's absolutely beautiful. Original man, I want to touch on this. The black female YouTuber putting on Brothers Going to Colombia. She looked disturbed by it and had to admit that they were not. Of course she had to admit that. All of this dusty shit, sugar honey iced tea, all this, these passport bros are dusty, crusty, broke.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
How am I dusty and crusty and I can afford to fly internationally? Not once, but multiple times. Get a hotel, go on tours, go on excursions, eat, drink, lodging, everything, and I'm broke? I'm dusty? Why are you worried about it? Because let me tell you what happened when she went to Colombia. She said she went to Cartagena. She saw what the mangoes looked like down there, and she could not compete. And more importantly, those passport bros weren't checking for her. And if I remember right, she said they had women meeting them at the airport. Yeah, she looked disturbed. Because wasn't nobody looking at her. Exactly. Isn't that what I said? She was actually mad that the brothers weren't checking for her. Absolutely, she said it. Yeah, upper like they were, exactly. That happens. They're trying to push up on them like they're pros. But that was the problem right there. Brothers weren't feeling her. I left the States to get away from you. You the one following me. It's already been proven that this passport cis crap don't work. Ask the sassy trucker. How'd that work out for you? You still in Dubai? What happened to the sister that got beat up by Big Val, the Italian chick at the hotel that told her, look, stop bringing food in the hotel. And she said, well, when you told me not to bring food, that made me want to bring even more food. Old girl picked her up, slammed her on the couch, slapped her, and told her, give me my money. And the sister sitting on there now, she's a victim. You're not going to take that ill-ass attitude to another country. See, because here in the U.S., you hyenas are protected. By the simps, the law, you're protected. But when you go to these other countries, they're not having it. So, like I said before, brothers, if y'all listen to the video I did a while ago when I said passport sisters are on the move, congratulations. I said I want them to take videos and I want them to show me their receipts. Excuse me, I got to put a little cushion in this chair. It's killing me. But I want them to show me receipts of where they're traveling to. I want them to show me receipts. And the receipts are coming back not looking good. Sister just got drugged down in Jamaica for getting flipped and throwing a drink in the face of a Jamaican chick at the hotel. I'm not going to show the videos here. They're in the YouTube streets. You can see them. The chick from Love or Basketball Wives or whatever threw a drink in that Jamaican lady's face and got drugged. Mulatto Vanguard in the building. You're right, Original Man, Mafia style. That big Italian chick came in there and smacked her and said, give me my money. Give me my money. We told your ass not to bring food in here. I want my 700 euros, which is about $780 US. And the woman just sat there on the video. Well, when you tell me not to do something, that makes me want to do it even more.
What the hell is wrong with you?
See, brothers, don't you realize that when you go to another country, you are a guest? It's just like if I come to your house and you tell me to take my shoes off before I come in, I don't look at you and say, whatever, nigga, I'm going to come in and do whatever I want. That's not going to work out well. When you go to these countries, you're a guest. Conduct yourself in such a way. Yeah, they're taking L's in these foreign streets. I'm loving it too. I am loving it. They're taking L's. Because you can't take that attitude across these waters. And that all ties back to how ratchet the community has become. My first point was I wasn't going to get into discussing the whole community tonight. This is supposed to be chopping it up between passport bros, international brothers, global citizens, you know, blue book gentlemen. We chopping it up. We sharing experience, strength, hope, trying to get these brothers to get their passports. And based on that, I wanted to play this video real quick. Fair use, y'all.
Hey, brothers, I want you to check out something real quick. It is something that's crazy. Let me show you. So as you can see, the U.S. State Department is overwhelmed by passport demand. Now, as you see down here, let me see if I can scroll down and show you. They issued a record 22 million passports. So when we talking about get your passport, you better get that and pay the expedited fee and get it ASAP. If you have 6 months on your passport, you need to start renewing your passport a year in advance. Don't be in a position where you cannot leave the country for whatever the reason. Because, it's getting serious out here with these passports.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's Uncle Phil, Philip Scott. Make sure you check out his channel. Hey, Mulatto, I'm not going to talk about the community no more.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Oh, mulatto. Can't help but talk about them. They too ratchet. J. Clyde, I'm with you. I'm pretty good now. I'm on my third book. Yeah, Uncle Phil kind of let me down on one little thing, but when he was talking about the woman that quit her job without telling her husband, then the husband went off, and Uncle Phil was like, he shouldn't have went off because the brother should be able to pay all the bills. That's his job, this and that. He shouldn't have married if he couldn't. And my whole thing is, Uncle Phil, you don't know what their agreement was. You don't know whether she had promised to work and reneged on her part. But anyway, I love his content. The brother, he's all about the community. No shade, no hate. Yeah, the extra fee is worth it. It truly is to get that passport. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not. Oh my God, I'm not going to talk about the community no more. It's impossible. It's impossible. But my whole thing is, I want these brothers not to feel fear. Get that passport and book that flight. I grew up in Pasadena, California. Much love to Cali. And I was looking at a round trip flight from Atlanta, LAX. That flight was more than round trip from Atlanta to Medellin, Colombia. By at least like $150. Yeah. It was more expensive to fly there. And if you're going somewhere like Europe, where the countries are right there on top of each other, if y'all just don't know, let me point to it. Europe is up here somewhere, right above my head. Yeah, this finger. Yeah, right there. That's Europe, all up in there. Super cheap. And where I'm living at right now, right over here, Southeast Asia, right there. If I'm flying from Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, I can fly between those countries for less than $100 round trip. SoCal, much love, man. California love, baby. Pasadena in the house. SoCal. But it's so cheap to fly. To fly within Colombia is shit. Way less than $100 round trip tickets. Don't let the Matrix jade you. Don't get jaded. Don't let them turn you to a scared simp. Mark Anthony got some advice. I got my passport in 4 weeks back in November. Now it's a 4 to 5 month wait, fellas. Don't wait before long. I would say if you're a year out, almost a year, let's say 6 months at the most, if you're about to run out of pages, and get the 52 page, get the big one. Don't even mess with the 26. Go ahead and get it expedited. Yeah, hey, Ren, you good. You can fly out of Philly and right there, right? I think New York is JFK is the big international airport, right in Queens. To fly out of there to go wherever you need to go. I'm right here, Hartsfield, baby. The ATL. I fly from here, Delta, direct flight to ICN, Incheon, Korea, then another 4.5 hours to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Racking up those miles, I'm already silver medallion. I keep doing this a little bit more, I'm going to hit that gold medallion status. And I don't fly main cabin. At the least, I'm going to fly Comfort Plus because the seat lets out a little bit. You got a lot of extra leg room. But if that ticket price is right and I can use those miles, I fly Premium Select, which is the old first class seats. And because Delta has the Delta One now, they got that little suite. But I'm not paying $5,000-$6,000 one way or more. But the Premium Select is a beautiful thing. It's a 15-hour flight. I just had the surgery. I got those bad knees from jumping out those airplanes. Airborne all the way to all my brothers. So I got to have that seat. Original Man says it's cheap to fly within Southeast Asia, but expensive within some countries in Africa. Yeah, man, I haven't been back to the motherland as of yet, so I really can't speak on it, but it might be. Yeah, man, business class, man. I'm getting bougie, bro. I'm getting old. I need that comfort. You know, I can't drink no more. They took that away from me. So, you know, they keep the water and the coffee and the apple juices flowing all my way, you know, all the way to Korea. But, you know, after you do that a couple of times, you know, 13.5 hours directly into Atlanta, I don't have to connect through Detroit or LA, Minneapolis, Chicago, New York, directly into Hartsfield. And I'm loving it. Man, I had a gastric bypass. I need a knee replacement and a hip replacement. To be honest with you, Original Man, as bad as my knees are from hitting those drop zones as hard as they are, when I was injured, when I was on active duty, and I got a bad back, my hips are killing me. It's something else, man, when you start getting older, man. It just starts to break you down, man. Because every time you think you're going to do something, every time you think you're going to jump out that seat and fly out there, your body says,
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
That's what your body tells you. You're going to learn today. It's not going to happen. Slow down, pimpin'. Hey, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mark Anthony, that is my goal. And I'm working on putting together a passport roadmap. A passport roadmap that's going to talk you through step by step on how to exit the matrix. Original Man, for the past 3 years, I've been dealing with pancreatitis, gastritis, vomiting, nausea, constipation, diarrhea, and come to find out it was an anatomical thing with my stomach and the way it connected to my, lower intestine that was causing a blockage. So I'm in and out the hospital, Luckily, my GI people, radiology, the absolutely wonderful surgical team, believe it or not, here at the Atlanta VA hospital.
Thank you, thank you.
They were able to go in and they did a gastroduodenectomy. That's easy to say. Say that 3 times. But basically, my stomach was inverted. So there was a J into my lower intestine. So what they did is they cut it right there. They took my stomach and reattached it to the top of my lower intestine and alleviated the blockage. And I feel the best that I felt in over 3 years now. Lost a lot of weight trying to get that back, get my strength back, get my appetite back. But yeah, let me answer these 2 real quick. Yeah, this all started when I was in Camp, but it's been going on for 3 years. I've been going back and forth through it, but yeah, it happened when I was in Cambodia. I I got good enough care in Cambodia for me to catch the flight to the U.S. And yes, original man, I flew back to the States for the surgery. I really wasn't aware that I was going to have the surgery until the GI went in there. We did a bunch of endoscopies, CAT scans, upper GIs, until they were able to figure out what it was. And since I'm 100% total and permanent veteran, I was able to get it done at the Atlanta VA. And they got doctors from Emory, they got doctors from Grady, they got doctors from all over that work at the Atlanta VA. And on that note, I'm going to say this. If you are a veteran, I want you to listen to me. Get the care that you deserve and the care that you've earned. If you go in that hospital with your hand over your mouth, not standing up, being an advocate for yourself, then it's on you. My congressman is right here, baby, 15 minutes from where I live right now. Hank Johnson. He's about 30 minutes from the Atlanta VA. When they weren't giving me the care that I needed, I got on that phone and I called my congressman. I said, look, bro, we need a congressional. Yeah, I got to fix this seat, y'all. We need a congressional inquiry into my care. I deserve better care than I'm getting at the VA hospital right now. Within 48 hours, there was someone from his office that contacted the patient advocate at the VA, and he called all those doctors on the carpet and said, what's going on with this man? We need to go ahead and get this squared away. You have to be an advocate for your care. Don't feel guilty about it. You earned it. When they asked you to put on your boots, pick up that weapon, and stand on that wall, you did it. Now they owe you. Get what you deserve. Yeah, original man, I lost 30, man, almost 40 pounds. Hemoglobin was low. Iron was low. Blood pressure was high. That totally went away. Blood pressure disappeared. Matter of fact, it was so low they were worried about it for my surgery. I still got to keep tabs on my hemoglobin, eat those iron-rich foods. I still take iron pills. So the anemia is going to go away. The abdominal pain, the vomiting was driving me crazy. The esophagitis, all of that. The acid reflux. And I know they sound like a bunch of old men up here talking about it, but bro, it's real. I feel so much better. And I'm still here for appointments and follow-ups, because if you want to keep that 100%, yeah, you got to make your appointments. You know, you got to go take care of them. So I'm glad you're feeling better. Feeling better, original man. I really am. Thank you for sharing, brother. Really appreciate it. Hey, bro, back to what I was saying. We got to educate ourselves and realize that 63% of black men are in the middle to upper middle class. Blackdemographics.com. Brothers are doing their things. Don't give it to somebody who doesn't appreciate you. Explore your options. Find peace and respect. And this brings me to this question. Yeah, bro, I was on blood thinners too. I was actually injecting myself every day. I was injecting myself in my belly button. I was taking those blood thinner injections in my stomach every day. Yeah, that's no fun. But this question that brothers seem to ask me, and I see a lot, is where's the best place to travel? And my answer to that is wherever your heart and your pocketbook lead you. Wherever it leads you. There is no right answer. You got to go see for yourself. There's a quote that says, it's better to see it one time than hear about it 1,000 times. Shout out to Mark Anthony, you old man. I'm only 53. You got sick back in in Puerto Rico back in 2020, 8 days in the hospital. We'll have Thinking About Your Life at Mine. Hey, bro, when you're faced with your mortality, there were a lot of lonely, scary, tearful nights in that hospital, in that ICU unit when I was there. They were a lot. I thought I was a humble man. I've been physically fit my whole life. A couple years ago, I did a 32K ultra marathon. And then after that, I couldn't walk up a flight of steps without being out of breath. Lets you know to enjoy the good times. Like the Buddha said, the past is gone. You can't control the future. You got to live in the present. And that's why they call it a present, because every day is a gift. Every day is a gift. And the way I feel about it is, if for some reason God kept me here, and the way that I pay, the Most High back is by giving away what was so freely given to me. Costs you nothing to be a kind person. We live in such an evil world these days. A selfish, mean, hateful, spiteful world. That it costs you nothing to be kind to your fellow brother or sister. Costs you nothing to be a kind person. Don't sit back and wonder about, what might have been. You got the opportunity to do it right now. Just got to get off your fourth point of contact and make it happen. And on that note, I want you guys to see this last video of the night that I got. I want to share this. This is a little inspirational clip for all my brothers watching.
A lot of times the men that lead with money are lacking confidence or self-worth. So
How did they get to that point?
Takes a lot of work. People don't want the workload that comes with that. Like, one of my favorite books is As a Man Thinketh. So I truly believe, like, whatever you put into your mind, you're going to get out. Like, how many men look in the mirror, like a mirror over there, and say, hey, I'm worthy, I'm amazing, I can make all of my dreams come true. That's why that one Kanye clip when he's like, I am a God, I love that clip.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to think about that. I am worthy. I am a God. Man, the hell with what these hyenas got to say. Haters never hate on losers. Haters only hate on winners. Remember that. Money is not going to make you... Man, when I was in the hospital, I thought this to myself. If I could have my health in another 20 years on this planet, or be sick, and you give me $20 million right now, it wouldn't be a choice. I'd take my health in that 20 years. Hey, Arius, thank you, brother.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, brother. I truly appreciate it. I was sitting in that hospital bed, man. I spent a week and a half in the ICU. And I remember when I got out the hospital, I was telling my mom about all the weight I had lost. And I was crying and complaining, and I was on my pity pot. And my mother said, baby, you don't remember it, do you? I said, remember what, Mom? She said, do you remember when you were in the hospital, when you were in the ICU? She said, you were knocked out. She said, but the doctor came to me and said, we're really hoping and praying that your son makes it through tonight. She said, that doctor told me they weren't sure that you were going to make it through the night. I didn't even know that. I was so full of myself. I was on my pity pot. Because I couldn't do the stuff that I wanted to do. And I wasn't even thinking that what I was going through was life-threatening. I'm 53 years old. I got brothers younger than me that have had heart attacks, strokes, all related to stress. Job, woman, kids, life. All because of stress. And if I can tell you anything, if I can tell you anything at all, cherish every day like it was your last. I'm reading a book right now called Meditations by the Greek Emperor Marcus Aurelius. And it talks about living your life like every day is your last day. I'm reading several books, and we're going to talk about them, in future. Because I want to help uplift and talk to people and get out of this other minutia that you hear on so many of these other channels regurgitating the same sugar honey iced tea all the time about the community and all of that stuff. Mark Anthony, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, my mom knew I wasn't quitting. I was in the hospital crying like a baby, Mark. And my sister will, Ed, why are you crying? I said, my job is supposed to take care of you. My job is supposed to protect and provide for you. Look at me. I'm hooked up to all these machines and I can barely walk and I'm barely staying conscious. And my mom said, well, that's what I'm here for. I want my baby to be all right. Big props to you, Mom. I love you to pieces. Yeah, it is an amazing book, Rice Patty. It's an amazing book. Yeah, Ren, Stoicism. Seneca, definitely, he's right there. And I wish I had my bag with me. Momente Mori, the little coin. I got one of those that I carry around with me. I watch the videos on YouTube. I read the book. I'm reading meditations right now. And I go back with the little sticky notes, little flags, and my highlighters. And I might read 2 to 4 pages. 3 at the most, really. Because it's not, it's a translation, but it's so deep. I knew you guys were good brothers, man. I got Jordan Peterson's book I just got the other day from Amazon. I'm also reading the 5 a.m. Club and a book on Taoism. And that brings me to this. And I want to plug, because I'm going to put the plug in. I want to plug my other channel. I want to plug my other channel, if I may. The Day in the Flow podcast. I'm gonna be posting a new episode on the Day in the Flow podcast. That's on YouTube. Please go over there and check it out. There's already content there. More of the conversation that we're having now. A lot more conversation like that on the Day in the Flow podcast. And I also would love if you guys wouldn't mind going to check out www.dayintheflow.com. That's the website that goes along with the Day in the Flow podcast. The audio version of the podcast is there, plus there are several videos there about depression, about suicide prevention, about my struggles with depression, my struggles with substance abuse, my struggles with anxiety, about feeling like you're stuck in life, inspirational quotes. Please stop and check that channel out. I will, brother. And again, man, thank you so much for love and support, Aries Ram. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I truly appreciate you. But these two websites, Day in the Flow Podcast for YouTube and www.dayintheflow.com. Please check them out. I'm one man. I'm scaling up, and I'm trying to get that content on there for you. Hey man, hey dude, like I always say, Aries, I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Do me a favor and spread the word, man. I see these are the types of live streams that I like to do. It's a lot of fun talking about the community sometimes. But I also believe it's not the bells and whistles. It's not the animated videos and all that other stuff. And it's easy to get caught up in that when you're a content creator, especially when you got robust platforms of streaming apps that allow you to do so much. Hey, right now what I do with my streams is I like to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. The Mondays is that kick in the gut. That first day back on the grind. Wednesday is hump day. Friday, you finally got off. It's Friday night. Just got paid. Hey, everybody remembers that. Ren, I know, bro. I know you already subbed. I appreciate you. And for Mark's question, he asked about what was the schedule for the lives. And then I do Sunday afternoon when you're relaxing. We get on here and we chop it up, and I try to do different content. And I'm working really hard to put content on both the Day in the Flow podcast, and Day in the Flow is a lot more about spirituality, awareness, about making yourself a better person. This channel is more about travel-related things. But Day in the Flow is all about you. Making yourself a better person, being unstuck. We're talking about Stoicism. We're talking about Taoism. We're talking about Buddhism. We're talking about how to make yourself a better version of yourself. Self-help. You've already got everything you need within you to be an amazing person. You weren't put on this earth to be simply mediocre. You weren't. God don't make no mistakes. If you here watching this podcast with me, this live, you've obviously done something correct in your life. And just like me, Lord knows I'm nobody to judge. There's no real reason why I should be here talking to you today. I should either be 6 feet under or be doing 60 years to life for some of the things that I've done and I found myself in. And I'm just being as honest as I can be. But through the grace of God, grace and mercy, whoever you pray to, there was a reason for me to be here. So rather than me question it, I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to share my experience, strength, and hope. That maybe it inspires somebody else, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. And y'all, on that note, I have to say au revoir. I got a bunch of things to do in the morning. But tonight has been great. I want to thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mark Anthony, Alan, Ren, Rice Patty, Kevin, Mulatto Vanguard, all of you fellas, man. Original Man. Arius Ram. I want to thank all of you guys, man. You know, for being here. It's J. Clyde. Como estás? Gracias, amigo. So much, brother, for being here for me. And again, to my man Alan, Errol, want to send a shout out to BMT, Zoom to Thailand, my favorite incel, Andre Brooks, my man Razor Rays. And I want to send a shout out to all of y'all to let y'all know that I love y'all. There's nothing that you can do about it. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. Watch out for the notification. I love you guys. Airborne all the way. You guys have a wonderful evening. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. Till Sunday, my friends. Be safe.